Greetings, dear friends, in the strong name of our Lord Jesus. Welcome to another point of view. This is where we get to think through a little bit deeper an insight related to the sermon. And this week, we looked how our Lord was rejected. It's a sort of an ironic topic in the midst of Epiphany. We saw in Luke 4, 21 through 30, that the people of Nazareth misjudged Jesus, as they were so overly familiar with him that it made it difficult for them to see our Lord as he truly was. And in today's meditation, we see that the example that Jesus gave during their conflict, the examples of Elijah's widow and Naaman the Syrian leper, that really shows us that God's favor is on those who are ready to hear him, not those who are necessarily related to him genealogically, close by, in the neighborhood. It's those who are ready, those who are open to listen. His favor rests upon them. Dear friends, just recall the quote. Our Lord, right away when they were asking, isn't this Joe's boy? He would say, recall that he said in verse 23, physician, heal yourself. You're going to ask me to do the same deeds here that I did at Capernaum. And then in verse 24, he said, truly, no prophet is acceptable in his own hometown. Then he gives two examples, one from Elijah and the widow, and one of Elisha and the Syrian leper. For Elijah, he said there was a great famine, and yet only to a widow in Zarephath, a Gentile widow in the land of Sidon, was he sent. And there were many lepers in Israel, but Elisha was only sent to Naaman, the Syrian. And when the people heard this, they were filled with wrath. Dear friends, these two great stories of what arguably are from the two greatest prophets of Israel, Elijah and the widow, and Naaman and his encounters with Elisha. In both cases, God sent his deepest and strongest prophets to Gentile folk, not to neighbors, not to Hebrews, not to Jews. And they got the message. They rose up and sought to drive him out of town, and they would have cast him over a hill, but he went away in their midst. Dear friends, even in his own hometown, the people who heard Jesus, because they weren't ready, they rejected him. May we not make the same mistake. Let's always be open to a fresh word from our God about his Son, our Messiah.